36 now. 1st and 10.
Right there.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that.
Third and long, it's Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 15. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that, because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Steps around, and this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away, because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
This is fielded at the 7.
Let's go, baby.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
54. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Mike 5-4. Mike 5.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Hey, check right, check right. Watching your five.
Hey, 24. Hey, no time now. Time to go.
Out of the gun, Watson. Buying time to his left. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And, of course, coming off the safety the last time they had the football. Never want that.
No, that's pretty unique, too, isn't it? When you give up points that way and the scoreboard, you look up and it says 2-0, it can throw you a little bit. Let's see if they can put that to the side and move forward.
It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Fuck that.
Watch your slap. Watch your slap.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Let's bring it.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Look.
Shit.
Zebra.
Throwing on second and 14. Wilson. He's got his man here as Gary Jennings Jr. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Third down and 2.
The 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down.
Alert. Hey.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And Jennings has it. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Result of the play, first down and 10.
54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Exit, exit.
SOS, SOS, SOS. 36 power.
SOS, SOS. Switch. 80 weapons.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And his throw is incomplete.
Wilson's pass, intended for number 89, incomplete. Coverage on the play by Kyle Ford.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep running.
They run it with Carson. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Got it, got it.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Jennings was the one he was looking for.
1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Pretty good results here on the 1st down run as he takes us forward for about 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
I see the run. I see the run.
54 is Mike. 54 is on. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You can't block me.
To throw is Watson. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the 1st.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Set. 19.
55, Mike. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone.
I see the man. Hey, alert.
Mike 55. Hey, eat. Over. Deuce.
Hey, alert.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55. He can't hit.
Watson just beating the play clock. And now he'll tuck it and run. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Partner, it was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Check right. Watch
from the gun on third. Watson. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. They'll run on first down. Carson. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
2nd and 5 now. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Waiting.
Check.
Third and long. It's Wilson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Escaping the pressure right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 59 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
From the gun, here's Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Hey, 31!
Ball try. 57's the mic. Rock 57.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
To throw again, Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
57's the mic. 57's the mic. Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Watch the pass.
Got it.
Mike 51. Mike 51. All right, T, let's go. All right, T.
Go, Mike 51. Mike 51.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey, here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Right there.
Left pass.
54 Mike. Yo.
Check 52.
Good job right there.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Tries to hit Jennings, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. Jennings was the one he was looking for.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
55. Right there in the middle. 55.
After the interception, here's Watson. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Dan Arnold, as the first half is winding down. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Point after here coming up. And this is good as they extend it out now to a 9-0 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Well enough.
Mike 51. Oh, you got deep? Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51.
Coming to you, coming to you.
Now it's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10.
They're running it.
24.
Mike 55, Mike 56. Watch the pass. Mike 55. Right there in the middle, 55.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
20 points down, he's coming.
Mike 55. Check 55, Mike. Let's go, let's go.
Hey, we gotta snap it.
The final shot before the break. Watson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Tight ends on the Lucy. Tight ends on the Lucy. Tight ends on the Lucy. Hey.
To throw is Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
19.
Here we go.
Now Wilson. He's going to air one out. He's got a man complete. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. His 21st touchdown of the season as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. The try here for the extra point. And they're back within a couple at 9-7 now. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Watson. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 38-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Check 55. 54. Check 55.
Watson from the gun, he'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. Mike 55, Mike 55.
6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Hey, switch.
55.
After the sack on 1st down, Watson. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 26. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Here's Watson being chased out left. And he's in for the 49ers score. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep.
First and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. 51 the mic, boy. 51. It's a party now.
To throw is Wilson. Going to throw again. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Oh, here we go. Oh, hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Got it, got it, got it.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Harrison Smith on the safety blitz, able to get the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Hey, tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
Throwing is Wilson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 41 yards.
Seahawks. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4.
Mike 54. Three bud.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. Steps away to his left. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Quick, 380.
Mike 5-4.
All day, baby, all day.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Harrison Smith. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. The end result, 21 yards.
San Francisco.
Reset. 19.
Watch the backer.
Line him up.
Now it's Watson. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd and 10, Watson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right.
Hey, 24.
Let's get in them holes.
Line him up.
3rd and long. It's Watson. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line.
15-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
This is Carson. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Go, Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go, let's calm down.
Alert.
Here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. He'll run it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
Check 50. Check 50.
Play action. It's Wilson. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Point after try forthcoming. And it's good. It cuts it to 2. 16-14 our score. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here, or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off. Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. Ready? Check.
Alert, alert.
Check 55 to Mike.
Check pass. Check pass.
Time to go.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Right there. 54. 54 Mike. Rabbit.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Let's go, D.
54.
Let's go.
Time to go. Time to go.
To throw is Watson. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
At their 49-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Banjo.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
31.
On second down, a run with Breida. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this third down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
Now Watson. Forced out to his left. That'll be complete to Breida. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be fourth down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. He's been terrific so far. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football.
And that's caught inside the 30. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and 10.
Here we go again.
Go 14.
Watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Stop your whining.
Wilson to throw. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His fifth touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never say never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Point after, right down the middle, and the lead is up to 5. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 52 yards. Well, I guess at the very least they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
55, Mike, 55. Mike, 55. Mike, 55. Hey, tight. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Hey, keep it alert. Mike, 55.
Watson now to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously, was that 4th quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for the Seahawks, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Niners, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.